Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the turn-based RPG you've been waiting on. When this game was first announced, it made huge waves for its incredible art style and innovative turn-based combat that allows players to parry, jump, and dodge, all in real time. This new system is known as reactive turn-based, a further evolution of a system that was seen in games such as Mario RPG and Sea of Stars. It all comes together to make this an incredibly exciting game, especially for Final Fantasy fans. Many people have missed the realistic, AAA-looking fidelity that was associated with Final Fantasy, also being paired with turn-based combat. And while there are plenty of turn-based games out right now, like Metaphor ReFantazio, there aren't a large amount of games that combine these two things specifically in this way. And today, we got a brand new update and a brand new trailer for you guys. But first, what if I told you that you could win a game of your choice for free? Our sponsor, Instant Gaming, is allowing us to give away a free game at the end of the month. All you have to do is click the link in the description below or the pinned comment. Then simply click the participate button right here. Instant Gaming offers codes from authorized code resellers, meaning that you can find games for much cheaper than you normally could. With codes available for platforms like Steam and PlayStation, a Trustpilot score of 4.7, and 24/7 customer service. For example, you can get Black Myth Wukong right here for $50 instead of the price of $65 on Steam. You could pay a full $70 for Metaphor ReFantazio, or you can get it on here for $59.98. They make gaming much more affordable and hassle-free, so be sure to check them out with a link in the description below. When this game was first announced, many people noticed the fantastic voice of Ben Starr was present in the trailer, and people were excited to hear more of the voice behind Clive Rossfield once more. As he was narrating it, many people thought that he would be playing the main character Gustav. However, in recent trailers, Gustav has sounded different, and people are wondering if Ben Starr is still involved in the production. I am very happy to report that Ben Starr is indeed still part of the cast. However, he's not playing Gustav. Ben will be playing a brand new revealed character called Verso, with the PlayStation blog saying, "We asked Ben how he described Verso, and he said, lost, lonely, and dangerous, and that he expects players to feel every emotion imaginable as they get to know his character." And indeed, bro has punished Clive vibes. Look at him. This is the face of a man who has seen some things. In the trailer, it definitely seems like Verso has the potential to be some sort of antagonist. The name Verso itself is derived from the Latin word versus. As a result, this is a character that I expect to be quite multifaceted. In the PlayStation blog, it describes him as a dangerous stranger tracking the expedition's every move. No doubt, Verso is going to be an antagonist of some sort, though whether he'll be an antagonist that's redeemed or not, and end up becoming a playable party member, or someone you need to put a stop to for good, remains to be seen. We got brand new information on other characters and story information as well, with the PlayStation blog saying, quote, "Charlie Cox, Daredevil, is the voice of Gustav, the lead engineer of Expedition 33. Gustav grew up in Lumiere, under the Paintress's shadow, and has devoted his life to safeguarding the city. With his final year ticking away, Gustav is hellbent on defeating the Paintress and reclaiming a future for Lumiere's children." It's important to remember here that a key part of the story is this Paintress, who at the end of every year paints a number, and all the people of that age corresponding with that number will die. I'm a big fan of the JRPG trope of mysterious force causing a ton of death and we don't even know why, and I feel like this game makes very interesting use of that trope. The voice actor of Lady Shadowheart will be returning to play Mael, the girl with red hair that you may have seen on various promotional materials, with them saying, quote, "Jennifer English, Baldur's Gate 3, plays Mael, a shy loner eager to escape the constraints of Lumiere. Orphaned as a child, Mael has always felt like an outsider. Her only connection is with Gustav, her foster brother. She is the youngest member of the expedition at 16, and sees this as her chance to finally explore the world beyond. One of the things that I find incredibly fascinating about Mael, she seems to have some sort of connection with the Paintress's creations."
Putain! Damn, Maya, what was that?
It felt familiar somehow.
Gustav, we won't understand what's going on if we kill everything that moves.
The Gestural village must be ahead.
In this scene in particular, she says that this creation of the paintress feels familiar to her. Is it possible that people are being turned into the paintress's creations? Is this going to be another Yoko Taro Nier situation, where people aren't exactly dying or fading to be, but instead are becoming the paintress's creations, and we are slowly killing all of them? That's just an off-the-cuff theory, but it would make a lot of sense to explain this scene. Next, there's a character that many people already love, and that character is Loon. Quote, Kirsty Ryder, Sandman, voices Loon, the chief researcher of the expedition. Loon is intensely driven in her quest to defeat the Paintress and complete the work of her parents. She feels keenly the weight of responsibility and the gravity of the stakes involved. It's also at this point that I realize I think they did facial scans of the actors. Don't quote me on it, but whenever I look at the face of the actors versus the face of the character, it does seem like the face of the characters are based on that of the actors. I'm not 100% sure on it, and it has not been confirmed, but it does kind of look like that's what they did. And if that is what they did, I'd say they did a really incredible job. Because, you know, with facial scans, it's really easy for some characters to end up looking really wonky, but damn, do these character models look really good. Next, we have a brand new playable party member that we can see being used throughout this trailer, and her name is CL. CL is being voiced by Shala Nix, with her bio reading, quote, Shala Nix, the old guard, voices CL, a calm and cheerful warrior unfazed by the obstacles ahead. Overcoming her past has allowed her to accept the odds against them. They will do all in their power, and it will either be enough or it won't. Andy Serkis of Lord of the Rings and Black Panther plays the role of Rey Noir, a man relentlessly driven to save his family. He knows that victory demands sacrifice, and he's ready to pay the price. And his character is one badass looking older dude. They also talk a bit about traversal elements within the game, saying that we've also highlighted more traversal elements within the game. The Pictos powered grapple allows members of the expedition to summit heights and clear gaps, increasing the speed at which you can explore the world. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is looking exceptional, and this is a game that I absolutely cannot wait to check out. The same way Metaphor ReFantazio has had a huge impact on gaming right now, many people floating it as a potential game of the year, its Metascore doing way more than people expected, and it reaching sales milestones at a lightning fast speed, shows that the love for turn-based games and traditional JRPGs is still there. It's why I cannot stress enough if you're one of the people in my comment sections who I see all the time saying they won't be touching another Final Fantasy game unless it goes back to turn-based. If you are not supporting this game, I do not want to hear any of your complaints about FF not being turn-based. If you're a fan of turn-based and a fan of these types of RPGs, you must support Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You can do it by pre-ordering, you can also do it by wishlisting the game on Steam. Do whatever you can to let the industry know that these types of games are still widely loved. And speaking of games, be sure to check out Instant Gaming, have a chance to win a free game of your own, and get an excellent price on the games you've been wanting.